Greetings, this is Elizabeth. I am recording my testimony from Lusaka, Zambia. I'm here to testify to the goodness of God in my life. My first testimony is that God broke a long-standing marital siege through this prayer platform. I joined in 2021 and started receiving the declarations and the instructions that were being made. Declarations about women receiving marital settlement in their 30s.
There is a mantle coming on you. Women in their late 30s, in their 40s, in their 50s, in their 60s that desire to get married. The time has come. Enough is enough. Any status quo that says you will not be married, break by fire, break by fire.
And for God to confirm that He had marvelously helped me through this prayer platform, He made sure that I had an encounter in the month of September. In my dreams, I saw Pastor Jerry, who was in the company of Pastor Oguru, and they were making prayers in my father's house. I knew it was a done deal. In that same month, I got engaged in September 2023, and by December, we got married on the 23rd for the glory of God. Fast forward to 2024, I was expecting, and again, the word of God had already gone ahead of us. There's a prayer that Pastor Jerry made that stuck with me. In his prayer, he declared, "You were not delayed to be delayed again."
You were not delayed before to be delayed again. Jesus had already stayed how many days without coming, and Martha was now wanting to, and let's take it again on the last day. Jesus said, no, that you were not delayed the first time to be delayed again. I don't know who I spoke to right now. You were not delayed the first time to be delayed again.
I received that word with everything in me. After the conception and having started the antenatal journey, we were given some bad news concerning the pregnancy. The doctor said I had a fibroid, a big fibroid inside my uterus, and that could compromise the viability of the pregnancy. But I decided to hold on to the words of the altar. I said the God who started it was going to be the God who was going to finish it. As I was about to cross into the second trimester, I started bleeding. And it was so sad because I was in another town and we had to have a 6-hour drive for us to be able to go back to Lusaka where my doctor was based. And during that journey, we were just making prayers and declarations, praying that God was going to send a word forth. And He did. The theme for that Sunday was, I crossed the line. The limits are broken. Minute 47, 8 seconds into the prayer, the man of God said, "This might not be for everyone. I don't know who this is for. You see, this journey that you have started, it will not be cut short. This journey of evidence, it will not be stopped. This journey of goodness, evidence, and laughter, it will not be stopped."
I don't know, this might not be for everyone, but if it sounds like you, hear me as I hear the Lord. You see this journey of joy that the Lord has started. You see this particular one, it will not be stopped. It will not be stopped. You see this journey of goodness. You see this journey of your evidence. You see the journey of your laughter. It will not be stopped.
I received that word with all my heart. And I was on the altar. I stayed on the altar for all the 4 services. In the first service, he read from the book of Luke 7 verse 11 to 17. And his sermon was about the widow who was going to bury her son. She was leaving the city and Jesus was entering. And Jesus raised her son. I said, Lord, I don't know what is happening, but what I know is that I am bleeding. And it is not coincidental that this is the first sermon that the man of God is starting with. So I received that word. I said, I'm not going to lose anything because I've had an encounter with Jesus. I will not lose anything because I'm on the fire altar and I'm plugged and God is going to reward me. By the grace of God, I put to bed in the month of October. God gave us a handsome son. We named him Lumbwa Elroy Towani Kavalika, which means praise be to the God who sees me for this beautiful and handsome gift. it is shining. I came back to say thank you. I came back to fulfill a vow that I had made to God, that if He saw us through, I would return, and I would return all the glory back to Him. Pastor Jerry, I join the millions who decree and declare that may the oil on your head never run dry.